but their other man, Kyle Ryde, starting 4th on the grid here. Supersport 2017 is underway. Wheelie for Myas on the Yamaha, and also for Nicky Tooley on his Yamaha, and it's Cluzel who's got the whole shot down into James Witterman.
Look at Kyle Ryde.
Cluzel.
Yeah, he's not. Cluzel's leading. He actually slipped it up the inside of, who was it, Baldolini?
Jacobson. Sorry,
Jacobson's so incredibly easy to hang on to people. It's one way you can just tuck in. He takes the lead. Kyle's in the lead. Brilliant.
Well, there you go. Have some of that. He's past Jacobson.
No feeling like leading the race, and if he can just hang on for another 3/4 of a lap and lead it down the start and finish starting the second lap, that's brilliant. Now remember,
that's the attack. 25 entry. Oh, somebody very wide in the background there over the top of Lukey Heights. And look at this, Luca Myas. Now he's smashed this bike up.
Baldolini just had a real
of Kyle Smith, I would imagine.
Kyle Ryde's going to lead his first World Supersport race. Brilliant.
Well, this is remarkable stuff. It all started so bad. To the delight of his wife, Nuria, I can tell you that, is in the lead then at the start of lap 2. Reduced race distance to 15.
Watch
Baldolini now.
Yeah, Kyle tries to...
Right hand in that massive crash on Friday. It was down here into Stoner. Somebody's name's dropping down the left-hand side of the screen. It's Jacobson. Jacobson, who started on pole. It looks as though he may be out of the race. This is Two. Oh dear, can you believe it? The American who was so confident. He said, I was just hoping to not drop any lower than 5th or 6th and fight back up to the front.
Going Gino Ria as well. Gino Ria's dropping down the order.
Well, James, they're dropping like flies. Jacobson's rejoined, it's just said on our timing screen. So 99 backwards name dropping down as well. So what is going on? And number 70, Mulhauser as well at turn 6. So
I don't think he was Stapleford on the ground, was it?
On lap 3, as the leaders now come through. So Baldolini is down, but looks as though he's rejoining, and Kyle Smith retakes the lead.
That's Kyle Ryde, and do you know the slipstream effect on these smaller capacity bikes? It makes a massive difference.
Okay, so Pachetti leads with Kyle Ryde, then it's Luca Myas, and he's looked quick all weekend. We're coming into Stone.
However, he is a tough man. Reminds me a lot of Raymond Roche when he first hit the scene. If you can remember Raymond, tough as an old boot is a Frenchman.
1990. Look at the gravel.
There's a lot of gravel.
Debris. That's a dodgy one, James. They really should be clearing that up. Red flag. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, well, it's probably just as well we've got a red flag. Absolute chaos there. At least we can take stock of what's actually been going on. Well, he declared null and void because we did not get to the end of the 3rd lap. He'll be able to restart from pole position.
Yeah, he will. Yes, he will. This is brilliant for Jacobson.
Well, that again.
And you know, if you were playing Monopoly, you'd call it, you'd be playing you get out of jail free, wouldn't you? That's what that is.
Oh, wow. Paired null and void. That's what happened to him then, so that's one answer at least.
Yep. Plug onto it. That means the bike isn't going to flip over when it gets to the grass.
And there he is, he's back in, so at least any damage from the pit wall here.
Watch Baldolini again, he seems to have the top end. Is that Caracasulo through?
Oh, well, if he's not through, he very nearly is. And we've lost another one at turn 10. It's Davide Pizzoli this time. All these updates, by the way, are flashing up on our timing screen here. So Pizzoli, who's Baldolini's teammate, and one of these
he's out.
Caracasulo. I don't know whether he clipped Baldolini, but how did he keep it going?
He lost the front and just stuck it onto his knee.
Well, we need to see in a gap, as you can see on the left-hand side, 2.3 seconds back to Wagner. Then it's Marias, Calero, Watanabe and Epis. And completing the points are Kyrie. And there, Ant West was at the inside of Nicky Tooley. There they are in the background. Is he through to 7th? Yes, he is.
Kyle Ryde, this is a good ride from Kyle Ryde. Run with these people and just convince himself that he can do it, he's capable of it, because we know he is.
Well, there's going to be some tears in the box if Baldolini wins this one. I can tell you the dot of your screen, that lap time flashing up is the fastest lap time of the race so far. Fastest lap of the race for PJ Jacobson, who's down in 14th position, but 8.6 seconds off. Unbelievable.
Now, there's not many riders would have hung on to it for as long as he did. I would have certainly let go.
That was Marc Marquez-esque, wasn't it there? He did exactly the same thing, actually. They're behind the leader.
Cluzel, you know, doing a really good job at the front, number 16 on the CIA insurance bike. But you really wouldn't want to be. Cluzel is just going to stick to his guns now and keep going at the front, set a pace that he's happy with, and just sort it out if anybody comes past last couple of laps. Yeah, because I suppose if you threw the picture, Cluzel on the Honda, then it's Baldolini, right behind them is Myas, so 3 different manufacturers leading this race. The brand new Yamaha R6, right behind him is T. What to go, and it really is anyone's race here. I'll tell you, from what I'm seeing now, Cluzel definitely has. He's definitely brave. He's definitely quick into the first turn. He just letting the, you know, if you get it wrong, it's going to hurt in a big way.
27 times a podium finisher, 12 times a race winner. George Cluzel, don't forget, was originally with this team back in 2012, second.
Around the outside of number 44, Roberto Rolfo there.
Well, that's for fifth. He's not out of this, is he?
He's not out of it. And the team said, Chris finish, and this is what he needs, to run around with them and just know that he's got what it takes and he can make a pass and he can be in the mix somewhere.
Suzuki Watanabe's just taken a
on Tuesday, and that is it's such a painful injury. And when you get it put back in, it's still loose and it's slack. And
so this is 8 of 10, and Baldolini. Are we going to have a lead change? We may well do.
No, what? Just look how brave it looks like he's got past it.
Well, at least he's still in the race then, hopefully. 35 has a technical problem at turn 10. Who's that? That is Stefan Hill. That's a shame. He was just off the points. Cluzel, as you can see, but he's too far back. He's way too far back. He's 6.5 seconds behind the leader with only 3 laps to go, including this one. Here's the scene at the front. Baldolini, Caricasulo, Rolfo side by side with Luca.
Cluzel missed a gear there. You're going from 6th gear, top gear, down to 4th. You go ba-ba, down to 4th. And I just think he might have not selected 4th, might have been in 5th or even new.
There's Rolfo ride. Cluzel's up the inside of ride.
Oh, no, what are you doing?
Well, first it was Jacobson, and now it's Cluzel. Nicky Tooley says thanks a lot. Keep it.
But how unlucky is Kyle Ride?
Oh, and Caricasulo almost out onto the white new double curve there on the out. Anything to do with it? I don't know. The 2 Yamahas up at the front, Baldolini on the inside line, Rolfo on the black bike, and then Ant West. And look at the Yamaha now.
I'm impressed with both Rolfo riding injured and Mahias riding with a finger missing.
You wouldn't imagine you'd be going quicker. It's on your left, finished 3rd here, nearly won the race here last year, but it was Krummenacher who won in the end from Caricasulo. We'll have just 1 lap to go and then next side. No, they're not. The 2 Yamahas at the front. Remember, the 2 men at, well, in fact, a lot of these riders never won a race. Caricasulo up the inside of Mahias.
6, look at that, 2 of them right at the front. This is what they said could happen. I remember reading something that the Mahias posted the first time we got on the bike. He said this is going to be a good race bike.
Here, Luca Mahias 144. His teammate Federico Caricasulo up the inside. And look at Cluzel, he's gone from 6th. He's almost 4th. He's passed the bike of West. He's side by oldest rider in the field, number 44. The 36-year-old from Italy. He's in the lead. That's incredible.
He's not over yet.
Running wide, Cluzel's coming through, so Cluzel is 4th now, just over half a lap to go. This is Siberia. Robbie Rolfo has never won a World Supersport race, number 40. Right up behind. This is going to come down to slipstream, surely, James, over the line.
Yeah, and it's going to come down to MG. Lucky Heights now, the corner we're coming up to, and then down into MG.
By Caricasulo, they're both out. The Italian out, the Frenchman is out, and Cluzel, who won here 2 years ago, white out at MG, and now, which was smashed up on Friday, side by side, they're nearly touching, and it looks as though Mahias is going to get this one. Oh, he elbows him out, and who won that one? Rolfo. We've got one better. 0 thousandths of a second. That is the definition of photo finish. West is on the podium.
Went down heavy, and that looked like maybe a pelvis or a back issue. You know, when you land from that height, that's. But he's walking.
Here he is in the foreground there. I hope he is all right. The 2 Yamaha riders then. Luca Mahias is classed as the winner, but now it has been officially confirmed photo finish. The margin has gone between. Where did he come from? He came from 21st on the
brilliant.
grid.
And no more than he deserves. He deserves that. He's had a rough weekend.
And now the absolutely chaotic first World Supersport race of the season. And now it's been given to Rolfo.
I thought it looked like that, but I know you can't see a thousandth of a second. But
it is funny though. Often you can just kind of tell.
That's yeah, good effort from the fella. I've never seen him as an hard man, but he obviously is. He never smiles, I know that. I'm hoping he's smiling now. He's good.
And just to go one step further, results now under investigation. Now, here's a replay. Out of the last corner, the rider on the left has been declared as the winner, but they're now under investigation.
It's called dangerous riding. If you weave to stop somebody slipstreaming out of the last corner, then it can be really dangerous. It used to be, everybody did it, we all did it, but you're not allowed to do it.
Yeah. Wow.
You have a feeler gauge on you.
Look, they're all over the place. Well, they both put the manners on each other.
This is after the finish.
Look at that, really.
He's an hard rider, there's no question.
Well, look at the bottom of the screen. It's definitely these two now. The photo finish itself is now under review. Each other, don't they?
I think they both had a little bit of a pop at a slight weave there, just to try and knock somebody out the slipstream, and just get a sort of slap on the wrist for the weaving. And
well, race direction here made up of 3 people. One of them is the Italian Gianfranco Carloy, the race director.
Injured riders who could make the start, who's actually finished first and second. One missing a finger, the other one with a dislocated shoulder. You could make one good rider out of the pair, I think.
Oh, wow.
What a race. What a race. This is why I love I love riding it and I love watching it. Careful with him.
He's just been guided across now to the Italian television by Ben Cobb from Dorna here. The man who's been racing one way or another for...
Wise.
Well, just going through the list now, I mean, it was Moto 250, then he went up to the World Championship. He was actually second in 2003, if you remember.
Yeah.
Well, remarkable. Let's just run you through the results, if you haven't even had time. Consecutive races, 6,000s between Sofoglu and... Kyle Smith and Sofoglu in Qatar last year. And now Rolfo and Mayas. And not scoring. Jacobsen 6th, which is one worse than where he was last year. Here he is.